spanning the globe. I was born to love you. No, can't do that. Hi, everybody. It's Mike Meyers.
Scott Jernigan.
And here it is, the Monday edition of the Mike Meyers Ask Mike Anything live stream. The goal of this live stream is to provide those of us who are isolated by the coronavirus an opportunity to continue our studies for CompTIA certifications, as well as just basically be nerds and hang around and talk nerdy things.
Because
we're nerds.
We're nerds, yeah. Okay. It happens.
Yeah, we're nerds, man. That's what it is. So anyway, guys, first of all, here's how this live stream works. It's called Ask Mike Anything for a reason, because you ask me questions and I answer them. And I've got Scott Jernigan here with helping me out. Also, is Dave Rush on today?
Dave Rush is on, yes.
All right, cool. Dave Rush is also on, so help, as well as some of our regular group of misanthropes there. I was going to say misogynist, but, you know, I'm not good at rubbing people's backs, so I'd be a terrible misogynist. What?
What?
Yeah, that's it. So, anyway, guys, the goal here is pretty simple. As you can see, we've got the little live chat there. Your job is to just type into the live chat, and we will answer the question. So that's pretty much how it works. So we start right now. Here it's 2 o'clock Central Daylight Time here in Houston, Texas, and we will run until 4 o'clock or until the questions run out. So either way is fine with me. So also do keep in mind, so not only do we type the questions in there, but along with that, you can send questions. A lot of times people are shy. There's never a problem. And you can just go ahead and send in your questions to michaelm@totalsem.com. If you're a gamer, I'm Senor Pepe, and I'm just doing Desweds, DESWEDS on just about everything else. Desweds makes more sense when you try to type it because it's Desweds. And nobody else uses it because, surprisingly enough, Mike at Google has already been taken.
Shocking.
I know, it's true. I'm sad we can't work in the studio because I would have enjoyed that.
That was nice with the better cameras and everything.
But the internet that just says 1997 on it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just kept cutting in and out.
I'm just not used to having a router with a pull starter on it, you know?
Yeah, the buffering was tough.
Oh, you totally did the Morning Today show host laugh. Watch your so anyway, who do we got on today? Do we have the usual gang?
We do.
Oh, my buddy Keisha is on. I haven't seen you in a while, Keisha. Hope you're doing all right. Keisha, as a I can't. Dang. I was going to say something cool, but then I would have embarrassed somebody, so now I can't say it.
So don't say it.
Well, I can say it. I can say it in code, but it'll only be for Keisha. Keisha, somebody has broken your record. That's all I'm going to say. She knows what we're talking about.
Okay. All right. Good, because I don't.
Yeah, and I got to leave it that way.
All right.
Unless she tells me straight up it's okay to tell her people. I think it's fine, but I got to leave it to her to make a decision. So, Alan Duggan is on. Andrew Hutz. Andrew, man, he's starting to turn. He's almost one of the sweat hogs now.
Pretty much.
Does anybody even know what the sweat hogs are other than you and me? It was a television show of your forefathers called Welcome Back, Kotter. Did you know that?
I did. Of course I knew that.
Well, you never know with you.
I watched all 3 stations.
Well, you know, it isn't part of the original Shakespearean Richard III. I'm not saying you're snotty, but...
a little snooty.
Snooty. Speaking of snooties, good coffee today, budda.
Cheers.
Lots of hops in coffee.
Here's the coffee.
Here's the coffee. Except no substitutions. All right, so Zach is on, Jason Helms, Andre, of course, because it's not a live stream without Andre on there. And you know he's drinking a beer right now.
Well, that's because it's like 10 o'clock at night.
And it's Belgium, so that's what they do there.
Right.
I'm now terrified that we've been doing this a little over a year, and these guys are going to start knowing all my jokes.
That's okay. We've been doing this for 20 years. I know all your jokes. I can probably tell them as well as you do.
That's true. All right, so just looking, see who's on. There's Zach's on. Always good. And Jason, they're all talking among themselves. So we'll just keep the live stream on so y'all can talk. Andrew Hutz trusts Monday. Oh, Monday. Okay, I got it. Mamas and the Papas told it. We're with you, man. Oh, the Cape caused it. Oh, well, then what? 201 from Jason. Oh, the Cape caused it. Oh, well, then LOL.
I don't know what happened.
Come on, you're the one who's supposed to know what everybody's saying. No, okay. What happened to the stream? It says video unavailable. I think it looks good to me. Mm-hmm. Jairo Nunez, there is Jairo. That's how we're going to just pull this off. Okay.
No, it's definitely on.
Hey, Mike, did you see the Josh fight? No. Did he win?
I don't know.
Do you know what he's talking about? The YouTube sensation guy who decided to become a boxer.
MMA or a boxer?
And he's a boxer, like old school boxer. And he's actually, I don't know how the fight went. Well, Josh, tell me what happened because I want to hear now. Andrew Hutz, Mike, how important is networking, the LinkedIn kind, to IT work? Well, it's critical. I mean, the networking, or as we say down here in Texas, the good old boy network, is literally one of the most important things we do. I mean, that's where you hear about jobs and, and parties and, all
Right.
those kinds of things. And so it's always important to have a strong network, and you've already got one right here just by, with what's within the live stream and, of course, Jose's Discord channel as well.
Right, absolutely.
So
the Josh fight was 100 guys named Josh, all fighting.
Oh. Were they like really fighting, or was it? Because Josh, is anybody named Josh? They're going to fight like this anyway.
It was for the title of who gets to be the real Josh.
Ah, okay.
So there you go.
So Josh Dope. No, I guess I didn't see. I confused that with something else. Jean is here.
Josh, did you actually participate in the fight? Inquiring minds want to know.
And did y'all fight like this? Drink your coffee. Hey, Santi 24/7/365 is here. An employee reports an error when visiting a website. Boy, he's diving right in here.
Totally right in.
You want questions, Myers? Here you go, buddy.
Here you go.
All right. An employee reports, this is at 2:03 p.m., guys. An employee reports an error when visiting a website using SSL. Okay, an error. Oh, and a message is displaying of an invalid certificate. Which of the following could be occurring? A, phishing. B, denial of service. Evil twin. OCSP stapling. I don't think it would be OCSP stapling. God, it could be. So it could be OCSP stapling. You remember there's two ways to determine if a certificate's good, right? So we use the old one. And then there's OCSP. Don't ask what it stands for. So OCSP stapling basically means when you ask for a certificate from a website, it connects some OSCP information just to speed things up. Well, now you're going to double check me? I got it right. So, Santi, how many choices do I get here?
5.
No, how many are correct answers? I'm going to gamble, Santi, since he didn't say how many choices I have here. It's not denial of service. MITME, M-I-T-M-E, I don't even know what the
Man in the middle.
Okay, it's not A, it's not B. Could it be? It could be an evil twin. If I had to choose one, I would go with C, evil twin. That'd be the closest guess. Because you have another website that's acting like this site, but they don't have the real certificate.
Yeah.
Siegfried van der Wie. I just like saying your name, Siegfried. So Siegfried, were your folks into Wagner by any chance? Keep getting different answers on this one. Well, Santi, I got to tell you, here's the other big problem. When you start stumbling into, first off, unless they're my practice questions, the chances of me being able to give you a definitive answer is sometimes pretty thin. I haven't yawned once today.
And if you're getting the questions off a brain dump, you're going to get different answers because people.
Yeah.
know.
So it's a challenge because people go, well, these are practice questions. One of these has to be the right answer. It's not necessarily true, especially if they are coming off brain dumps or some of these questionable sources. No one's going to know. So, Santi, it's okay that you get different answers on this one because you're going to have different people looking at it. Crazy Homebody Girls here. Joshua Escavara. First time here and currently studying for A+ in June. Echeverria. I'm just so bad with those Irish names. Well, Joshua, welcome aboard, man. We are here to help you, sir. And, Zach saying thank yous to you for doing something. He was tearing his hair out. Scott tore his hair out, too.
I did, and then chopped it off. You're welcome, Zach. It was fun doing some research on AMD chipsets and motherboards and Ryzen CPUs. And
it is funny. You gotta, you need to, one needs to study chipsets 4 to 6 times a year if you want to keep up with
absolutely.
them. Because I'll be looking at it and I'll be like, 470s or B470s for Ryzen's, right?
Yeah.
And there's.
But now you're B550s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never can keep up.
And
Jake Paul. See?
Zach blew up his motherboard, but didn't kill his CPU. So he still has a good CPU. And then it was like, what motherboard is going to work with it? And then we did the research, and it turns out that 2 out of the 9 chipsets support his CPU natively. So that instantly dropped our choices, and we were able to look at what's going to be the best bang for the buck. And that was cool. It was fun. I love doing that.
I can't tell you how many times I've ended up buying one chipset versus another based exclusively on the number of USB ports it supports.
It's a thing.
It's like if there was a time when I could survive with 2 USB ports in the front. Those days are over.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm maxing out my USB all the time.
No, I mean, the board I got at this thing's got, 6 USB 3s, 2 USB whatevers, and then...
Right.
then
and then 2 on the front, too.
Yeah, there's actually another mount. I broke it. Yeah, I still have the piece. This is a little tiny, do you recognize that? You guys aren't going to
Can't even see it. You broke that off your motherboard?
I did. This is a USB 3
Wow.
high density connector. You are so vain. Put your damn glasses on.
But then you're blurry.
Okay.
It literally is. This is how far they go.
Well, then do this.
That just looks so geeky.
Ready? Here. Molecule. All right.
All right.
Let's get to work here.
Where are
All right.
we?
We're at 205. Jairo Nunez. Since the A+ mentions VR, how deep does it? Doesn't go deep at all.
Not at all.
It's like super. What VR? There's a flower dying in the desert. I don't know. It's they don't say much about it at all. I mean, it's literally one of the topics you could probably just not study.
Yeah.
And you'd be fine. And what does it appear in? Was it Core 1 or Core 2? Do you remember off the top of your head?
I do not.
I don't either. I would guess and say Core 1, but honestly, Jairo, I don't remember. Andre, did you hack my webcam? We did, with your wife's permission, of course. She wants someone to. We watch you when you're sitting at your chair there. Andre's like, I'm drinking a beer. Wow, a European drinking a beer? What are the odds of me getting that one right? It is so funny, because as Americans, we think we're big drinkers. Hoi.
Yeah.
There isn't any country in Europe, maybe Luxembourg, I don't know, Name another little tiny.
Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein. I like the way you say those words. And Andorra.
Andorra.
Yeah.
San Marino.
Yeah, but I mean,
Are we going to micro states here?
those are probably the only ones I haven't drank with anybody from. You know?
I've had my Steam location in San Marino for the past 10 years.
Yeah. Well, that confuses people.
It does.
He has a Texas accent.
What? Yep.
Or you could say, no, it's a San Marino accent. Who's going to challenge you?
Right.
Okay. Marcus Ribeiro. Hey, Marcus, welcome aboard. Newbie here, just started A+. Always glad to have you new guys in here. Guys, do remember that, you have to ask me questions, right? And that's what we're here for. So not only can you ask me questions here on the chat window, you can also send me email. Let me pop that back up one more time. So you can send me an email with questions as well. And then the other thing I'm going to add is that there is a Discord channel. And did you finally get the cut and paste thing now? So you can just paste it in there? So there is a Discord channel. It's not mine. It's not Scott's. It's not Total Seminars. It's actually owned by my buddy Jose Braden. And it's getting pretty popular now. See,
Right.
And it's a great place to drop in. Scott will post it, or somebody will post it in the chat window. I'm going to start asking like Andre and Zach to keep so you can like cut this and paste it, and then you can like put it into like a notepad, and then you can leave it on your desktop. And then anytime I say that going forward, you don't have to light up all this and do it. You just.
What are you talking about?
I know. Never mind. Forget.
Preparation?
Yeah. All right.
That's crazy.
But
talk.
Marcus, do check out the Discord channel as well. It's a great place to go. Sifadias? Mike, did you ever do? I never did. I just think everybody. Did I ever do a collaboration with Network Chuck? Never happened. Not for lack of interest on either side. It just
doesn't happen yet.
just didn't happen. And he's a pretty busy dude too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just never. It could happen yet. Go over there and yell at him. Tell him I want to do it. Oh goodness, Sidow. I forgot about Sidow. Sidow, I still have your email here from last week. I apologize. I will do it. I absolutely will do it. See what we got from McGraw-Hill?
Excellent.
Produce Boy 12. Jake Paul. That's the boxer, not Josh. Jake Paul.
Right.
Who is not
the
Josh.
The Josh was the big fights.
Thank you, Protest Boy. That that's what I get for trying to be cool.
So VR is on Core 1.
It is?
Yeah.
All right. Does that come from Dave?
It did.
Jean Dorival. Mike as the most fun video. That's right. The most fun.
Most fun.
The
Are you
most fun.
sure?
Yeah. Because anybody who says no, do you see that smite key right there?
You sure? Your videos are more fun than my peanut butter and jelly programming?
Oh, God, yes. Absolutely, yes. But when you wear that costume,
hey,
peanut butter jelly time, way back. You started it.
I did.
Posting so I'm visible. David is visible.
Yes, absolutely.
Somebody had bad spelling. I don't.
I can tell you precisely who had bad spelling. Because that's what I do.
Scott, dig me up a question, man. I'm going to do something.
Okay, so Santi is continuing with the same question. And it says evil twin everywhere, but it doesn't make any sense. So you want to try and explain that again?
Sure. I mean, an evil twin is nothing more than a fake website that is identical to another website. The only thing is that the certificate, an evil twin is either going to take the original certificate from the legit site, and then it's definitely not going to work.
Right.
Or they're going to make a weird certificate that's going to be like www.google.co or something like that. It's still going to give you the invalid certificate thing.
Okay.
So an evil twin is just somebody copies a website and puts it in a different place. I thought we were reaching for the same mouse at the same time. I was very confused.
Kevin Lopez is here. Hello.
Hello.
So at 2:10 p.m., Paradox says, "Hi, Mike. Just graduating with a BAS, Bachelor of Science degree in cybersecurity. So just A+, Net Plus is good enough after that, do you think? Or do I absolutely need Sec Plus also?"
If you have a bachelor's in cybersecurity, you could probably
Skip it all.
Well, I mean, you probably start with a Security Plus. I don't think you would. Your A Plus and Net Plus, for the most part, I don't want to lock it in like that, but that's more of a light blue collar kind of a certification in a lot of ways. So when you've got your bachelor's, I mean, you should be looking straight at Security Plus. Paradox, I just graduated. You're just graduating, so it probably has not yet graduated.
Probably in May is what I would assume.
Okay, and then the other thing is you should check with your school for placement. You know, that's honestly the best place to get a job is with a good school that helps place people. That's an important thing to take advantage of. But I do not think that A plus, maybe Network Plus could be good, but certainly not A plus.
Jean Doorbell.
Okay, that's all you there. Go ahead.
When am I going to do another social engineering zone? That was arguably the
4 years ago? 5 years ago?
second favorite video that we ever done.
Just because Scott likes talking like this all the time.
Picture, if you will.
Mrs. Jernigan likes it too. No,
That and IPv6 on the beach. That was a crazy over the top.
yeah, those were fun.
Those were fun videos.
So the answer to that kind of stuff is really it's up to Scott. You know, we've got a Network Plus that's probably going to be shot early this summer. You want to do Network Plus with me?
Sure.
Oh.
We can get creative.
Oh, so there you
Some
go.
fun stuff.
That's how you get that stuff,
A
man.
little film noir. Because, nothing says networking like black and white.
Evil twin refers to an access point. Santi, evil twins can most certainly refer to anything that's identical, as far as anybody else can tell, to another thing.
Right.
All right. But Santi, you're right. People do talk about it in terms of an access point. I'm lost.
We're at 210.
I had the scroll thing hit me.
210, Kevin Lopez, mentioning that we no longer use black hat or white hat terminology.
What do we use now? Red team, blue team? Purple hat?
Authorized and unauthorized. Political correctness strikes.
20 years from now, people are going to be looking at y'all going, what was going through your people's mind? What was going through your heads? It's going to be like the McCarthyism or something. It's like, we didn't know it was that bad. We didn't feel that repressed. We had a lot of food. We're all sitting around in our underwear because there was a virus.
I haven't worn pants in 9 months.
I'm not wearing any pants. I'm just skipping Tolowit, man, because he's dangerous and disruptive.
And if I had a beret, I would put it on and become my evil twin right now. But I didn't
Keisha knew exactly what I was talking about.
That's fun.
Yep. All right. Siegfried, I have a question for you. However, after seeing your email in the beginning, is it okay if I email you after the stream today? Yeah, you can email me. The only downside to emailing me is that I get super busy, guys. And so my emails are slipped. I did a good job cleaning out, unsolicited stuff again.
Yeah.
So I'm back to under 200 emails a day, so I'm happy for that. You just, there's so many things you're like, well, yes, I do want to be on this mailing list.
I know.
I'm on like 4 SolarWinds mailing lists.
I'm on multiple electric vehicle mailing lists.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I just had to turn down.
Kevin's giving me trouble about me yawning again.
Right?
I know. I always yawn. I don't know why I do that.
Actually, he says you yarn. He tells
I
stories.
do yarn. I'm
tells
definitely a
stories.
yarner. A little yarning there, lad. Jean, hey, Mike, just finished your SY 0501 Security Plus video course. Read the Daryl Gibson book. Good book.
It's a good book, yeah.
It's a good book. What do you suggest is most important to keep in mind to nail the exam first try?
And what do you think he's going to answer? Practice exams.
Yeah, practice exams are the big one, and be cool. I mean, people, you sit down for these exams, and the questions don't look exactly like your practice questions, and people freak out. The number one reason people fail CompTIA exams is test anxiety. He's like, memorize all your port numbers. No, I'm not going to do that. And that's not where it goes. Be calm, mellow. Stanlin Furtado
Furtado.
Standard.
Furtado.
And this is a 213 Furtado. Would you recommend doing CompTIA network or security? Which one has more value? They both have value. Security Plus probably has a lot more value right now than Network Plus. However, as I often tell people, Network Plus is the best certification you'll never need because it gives so much core concepts to so much of all the different networking. When you go into Microsoft or Cisco or AWS or wherever you go, the core understanding you get in Network Plus really sticks with you.
So we're just scanning for questions and super scrolling and doing all that stuff. Joshua 215 says, nice picture on page 23 of the A+ exam guide. Handsome fellow.
Who's that?
Probably me.
Oh. Yeah, we use Scott because he's the, if I need somebody pretty. You big lug. Have you ever heard anything about the new Net Plus from Matt H at 215? Yes, I've heard a lot about the new Net Plus, and unfortunately, I've signed my life away and can't say anything about it.
Yeah, we're under NDA right now, but we have the objectives and are busily writing the next edition of the book, which hopefully will be out in time for the upcoming exam. But right now, CompTIA hasn't released the objectives to the public
or the exam date.
Right.
So
I can't say what's on it right now. So there you go. I love NDAs. They're so fun and limiting.
Yeah. No great surprises. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Ryan Randaria. Hey.
Josh says, with regards to Josh fightings, they were fighting using pool noodles. So there you go.
Well, we would never do that.
No.
Here, Scott. Did you see that sword?
The giant sword back there?
Did you see it last week?
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm being redundant. Do you know where that came from?
So
poke an eye out with that thing.
So big it almost doesn't even fit in the frame.
Yeah, that came from our buddy Wayne.
Nice.
Lowen. Yeah.
Piece of steel, man.
I've got like an entire complete set of armor in my car right now. And I mean complete. I'm talking, I got Sabatons, baby. I got the feet armor with the pointy toes. I got everything. That thing, I've never seen a chunk of armor that needed a wire brush more than that stuff. Oof.
You should clean it up for him before you take it back.
Yeah, no. Hardware Magazine's back. 216.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about certifications from manufacturers like Cisco, Fortinet, and Hawaii? From a beginner, from a beginner, probably, the holy trinity of CompTIA A+, Net+, Security Plus is probably the right way for most folks to go. Not everybody. But once you get past that, I mean, if you want to do almost anything in the world of networking hardware, you pretty much have to have some amount of Cisco certification. But just to be able to work with iOS, understanding, Cisco terminologies and, that kind of stuff. But so from a beginner's perspective, CompTIA certs are better. I go, yes, I guess, yeah. I'm always nervous about the word better, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so. Uh-oh, Crazy Homebody Girl's asking questions. 2:16. How are we doing on time? We're only 14 minutes behind.
Not bad.
That's a new record. Crazy Homebody Girl had a practice question where the answer was M of N control.
I know. In fact, I just posted in the back channel. Dave hasn't gotten back to me yet.
Yeah, Crazy Homebody Girl, I'm not sure what you mean by M of N controls. What an M of N?
I don't know. Look it up. Google it. That's how Mike really types, by the way. One finger at a time.
Oh, there really is something here.
This is CISSP. A little outside of our lane, but...
So, Crazy Homebody Girl, what I can absolutely guarantee you is that there is no... It's not on Security Plus.
Right.
So, I am unaware of this control. I think it's for key recovery. I'm going to have to step away from it because I don't know. It seems to be a popular topic for CISSP.
Yeah.
I just did a quick look up there to see what I could find on it. So I'm sorry, Crazy Homebody Girl. I am not able to help you there.
Patricia Grace showed up at 2:17. Hey, Patricia. Elbow showed up at 2:18.
Yeah, and Elbow's here? Good Lord.
Well, but he's going to go to lunch here in a minute.
That's right. It's nice to drop in for 12 seconds. I think he's waiting to see if I'm doing a competition and he logs in.
It could be. Could be.
Hyro, is there a place, website, or software that you know that can practice setting up RAID? That's the most confusing topic for me. Are there any RAID labs? What was that?
I mean, you can certainly do software RAID in VMs.
Yeah, actually, okay, that's a good point, Scott. Thank you for that. Yeah, Hyro, probably the place I would go is I would set up like a regular Windows 10 virtual machine. And because if you do this in a VM, you can add virtual hard drives any way you want.
Right.
And then you can use the Windows 10 interface to configure those as RAID 0, RAID 1. I'm trying to remember what they have right out of the box. RAID 0, RAID 1. Is there a RAID 5?
I don't know, but you could also download an eval copy of Windows Server, which certainly does support RAID 5.
Yeah.
And set that up in a virtual machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the best way to do it. Because then you can make 20 virtual drives if you want.
Right, and you can play and you can use all the crazy Windows tools for expanding and contracting and
so that would be a
combining.
software RAID solution. On a hardware RAID solution, if you're willing to pay, what's VMware Workstation up to these days?
I don't
It's
know.
spendy.
Yeah.
But because VMware still has that virtualized BIOS built in. Almost would like, I've been using for so long for
Oracle VirtualBox.
Oracle VirtualBox for so long is that I haven't touched VMware other than in some production environments where I'm not going to be messing with setting up RAID or things like that. It's been a while.
So we're still working on Jean 218 says, I see the Security Plus total sims are finally up. Don't get too carried away. Still working on them. The preliminary ones are up to support what we promised for the third edition of our book. But the complete package is not ready yet.
Yeah.
We're working on them.
But we're working, and more importantly, it's coming in. It's we throw little bits in all the time.
Right.
Josh Dope. I think a collaboration with Kev Tech would be nice. I do too.
I don't know Kev Tech.
I've run into him, YouTuber. Yes, I think it's a great idea. Everybody's kind of, this is my space. Don't come into my space.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people are They don't necessarily want to share the limelight.
Oh, now I know why Elbow's on. Finally ordered a CPU for that bill.
Which is cool. No, this is exciting.
No, it is good. It is good.
Yeah. New system builds, fun.
Andrew Hutz. Mike, hypothetically, if I could get a cybersecurity expert who spent a lot of years working for the Department of Homeland Security to come on an AMA, would you be interested? Yes, instantly. I'd love that, Andrew. And we can work in a lot of different ways, too. So that'd be fun, sure. Edward Elbakian. He got his Security Plus. Well done. Round of applause to you, sir. Outstanding. Stop trying to hold my hand. Ooh. Andrew Hutz. Sabaton's rule.
Also a history major, just for the record.
Yeah, anybody who knows what a Sabat, or either that or he looked it up on Google real quick. Yeah, Paradox, you probably, especially depending on what school you're getting your degree from, a lot of times you don't need any certifications at all. With a 4-year degree, you'll probably, start you at a certain point and then you start building certs from there, but no, you don't need anything. Pujan Kavi, what is gray box vulnerability testing? You sure you mean gray box? I gotta look that one up. Well, let's make sure look at that. I swear to God, sometimes, guys, this stuff comes up so quick. So, black box, you don't know anything about what's going on in there. White boxes, you usually have an account or something. And then gray box, whoopsies. Oh, all right. Well, I guess could have guessed this one. If with a black box vulnerability assessment, you don't know any accounts or anything that's in that box. With a white box, not only do you know what's in there, but you have accounts. With a gray box, they might give you like one account for one aspect of one thing, and then you've got to get in there and pivot your way around. I am just looking for more questions here. So, Osama Al-Hamid, I need it to fight CompTIA exams. Did he say something earlier that I missed? This is the only problem I have with this paradigm, Scott, is if somebody asks a question and it looks like a follow-up and then I can't find.
That was the first question I saw.
Literally.
Well, it's not even a question. It's just a comment.
No. Sorry, Osama, I can't find your complete thing. Go ahead and just throw it back in there, and we will definitely cover that for you, man, whatever it is. Carla Rain is saying hi. So, Pujan, when people ask me, like, what is gray box vulnerability testing? I'm always curious, in what context are they asking me this question,
Maybe they're getting hacked.
You almost made me spit out my Altoid. or maybe he's looking at practice questions right now or something. A lot of times within a context, we can have a lot more of an interesting conversation other than me just answering like that.
So at 2:30,
Yep.
Joshua asked, how do you feel about the certifications from Google? I'm getting my CompTIA certifications, but would it hurt to bother with the Google stuff?
I don't know anybody who's putting job postings out there that ask for Google certifications.
Right. And they're expensive. Like
Are they?
Monthly expensive. You have to pay every month to maintain your certification.
Somebody, Dave, do me a favor. Do a complete research all the CompTIA certifications in detail. And no, I'm teasing. That's a lot of work.
All the Google certifications, what he meant, but yeah. So at 2:32, Oliver Freeman says, "Hiya, Mike. Nearly finished your A+ Core 2 video course and hoping I will be certified in a few weeks. When does the current Network Plus expire, as I want to do this next?"
So what does the expiration of Network Plus have to do with what you want to do?
Probably around this time next year is when the exam will retire. I say probably because CompT hasn't released an exam date. They usually run 3 months or 6 months afterwards to allow people who are currently studying to be able to take the old exam.
So they're overlap. There's an overlap where you can
Right.
take either exam.
Right. And that's usually 6 months after. But all we know is sometime in the fall, the new exam will debut, and that just kind of putting in that 6 months would be sometime in the spring.
I see it because I'm going to assume that Mr. Freeman, Oliver Freeman,
You're
Isn't-
thinking of Gordon.
Gordon Freeman. That's exactly what I was thinking. Well done. So,
And if you didn't get that reference, you're not a gamer.
yeah, and everybody's going to get your crowbars out, kids. So, okay. So what he's saying is this: the current Network Plus. Yeah. So like Scott said, this time next year. I'm thinking it might be a little bit earlier than that, but not too much.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, we're already late April.
Yeah,
I
so-
guess maybe March.
Yeah. So, yeah. But you can take the old exam. It doesn't really matter. So I think it's a matter of timing because he finishes the A+.
Right.
And then is he going to be in that window of straddling between two exams?
Depends
and
on how
what
long
we
it
do?
takes him to study.
It's true.
So at 2:32, Andre asks, "My volume keeps going down for some applications. I have to set it back in volume mixer per app each time. What could cause this?"
Oh, he's got at Scott Jernigan, so I'm out. I don't have to answer that one.
Well, I don't know the answer. I was hoping you'd have an answer
I mean, I
too.
could speculate on a few
And
things.
that's all I'm going to be doing too. Could be something in a profile.
You could have, depending on what kind of sound you have, you could have presets that readjust this stuff all the time. You would know that because you probably have some kind of mixer kind of app in your task manager. That'd be one. The other one is your wife is going in there and jacking with it. I know we laugh about that, but that's what really happens so often. These situations and
Or as kids.
or as kids, and or the cat, the cat. So those would be the kinds I'd think be looking at. Guillermo Moreno's like, just use VirtualBox. It lets you use RAID. And Raid Shadow Legends. What's Raid Shadow? Elbow at 2:35 says the word Raid Shadow Legends. Let's look that up, Scott.
Sounds like raiding in the game Shadow Legends, but
Oh, it is a game. It's a game. Oh, it's a freemium. It's a mobile game.
I have spent so much money on premium mobile games.
I'm not even going to tell you how much
Embarrassing.
I spent
Embarrassing.
on World of Tanks. 10 years ago, I was spending $200 a month for a few months there.
I got hooked on Rise of
Oh God, Rise of Nations or Rise of Empires?
and just
Oh,
and I kept getting my bottom handed
your
to me,
bottle.
so I kept paying for it.
Yeah. I'm going to win with money.
That's right.
I'm going to turn this $5 bill into a super weapon. Smite. I've done it too, Scott. It's okay.
Yeah. Luckily, I pay my own phone bills, so it's okay. In other words, nobody could catch me.
Andrew Hutz, what's the most useless IT certification? I don't know. RFID Plus?
Server Plus.
Oh, I don't know. Trying to think.
Am I wrong?
This is some pretty bad ones out there.
Project Plus.
Well, I guess we're picking on CompTIA.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna, the bubble wrap popping cert. Sure, it's fun. Yeah, Andrew. Honestly, the thing about certifications is, finding ones. The best way to tell if a certification is popular is just going on Indeed.com or LinkedIn or one of those tools
Right.
to just see what's in demand.
Yep.
It's not that hard. He means the sword to combat the What?
The sword, the giant sword behind us.
What? Okay. Andrew is on a roll today. Mike, how closely do you think the average employer looks at the social media presence of a prospective IT employee? Pretty close.
Pretty closely.
Because, if you're weird, it's going to show up on Facebook,
Right. Yeah, so if you've... Scrub. That's what I would say.
Or just don't get on Facebook is what I would say.
Yeah.
And keep your conspiracy theories to yourself.
Mike wouldn't hire me. Just saying, if he actually looked at my social media stuff.
Well, they didn't have social media back in the year
1922.
19 something. Saidu, what is the reason to use WEP over WPA? Oof. Where are these questions coming from, Saidu? You're going to get me in trouble. Why would I use WEP over WPA? Device compatibility, maybe. Increased security, no.
Definitely not.
Takakis, no.
No. Multi-factor authentication?
No.
No.
So device compatibility, backward compatibility.
Yeah, with like some seriously ancient devices.
Yep.
'Cause, I mean, WEP hasn't been in active use in a
There's
decade.
There's been a test that came out fairly recently. 5% of all 802.11 networks on Earth are WEP still.
That's insane. That is insane.
I should have kept that one and quoted the source to you guys.
Go Hogs for Life, still waiting for a true Half-Life sequel. Yeah.
What was wrong with the one with the one Barney, Blue Shift?
Well, Blue Shift was okay.
I liked it. What was the one? It was Half-Life 2. Literally one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had in gaming was in Half-Life 2, where that huge bridge you had to climb over, and the bridge was so massive that it disappeared into the clouds, into the fog.
I never made it through Half-Life 2.
Oh.
I know. Half-Life 1. That was.
And then the antlions running along in a dune buggy along the shoreline with the antlions coming at you.
Yeah.
And then you tame the antlions with the squeaky toy. You did. It was like,
Yeah.
it looked like you'd throw it and it would be like, and they go attack stuff. Yeah. I mean, certain games were like you were there for a few of them. EverQuest.
Well, they were just groundbreaking.
Yeah, I don't think I was with you for this, but the first time I saw Doom working, and we actually had to use an old. Oh God, I'm going to date myself. Actually, put it on a LAN and have the other guy hitting the space bar and watching his character jump, and it was just like whoa. Yeah,
Yep.
that was pretty amazing.
I'm with you.
Yep. Team Fortress.
Duke Nukem.
Descent. I'm just trying to think of
Descent, man, made me ill.
Oh, Descent makes everybody ill, and it's still out there. Duke Nukem.
Come get some.
But like more recent games, all of the Russian sandbox type games. Why are there bugs in here?
I don't know.
The Russian sandbox type games that now it's all player unknown battlegrounds and Fortnite and stuff, which I'm not against those games.
I just don't have the Twitch
But
reflexes.
you know,
anymore.
like Arma 3. Good God.
That was so hard.
Well, it was
Complicated.
It was complicated, but you could Space Engineers, Kerbal Space Program. These are incredibly complicated programs,
Right.
you know. But I like them. Space Engineers has me a little frustrated right now
Haven't played it.
because I can't get through the tutorial, which is always a bad sign.
That is a bad sign.
But I heard like World of Tanks built this new tutorial, and some of the people I follow, you know, on Steam, that they can't do the tutorial. Yeah, so whatever. Good games, lots of good games. Punjan Kavi, Did you research on active, and active passive modes of... Oh, no, I didn't. I forgot to write that one down. Can I have a pen, Scott?
So active is when
Oh.
2 or more servers aggregate the network load. In other words, they're there and just sharing the load. With active passive, the load balancer actually will basically hand off to the server in the back, and when a server is a little overwhelmed and more stuff comes in, he'll switch to a different server. So there's an active, there are servers in the back that are passive, essentially, and a load balancer is juggling them as needed. So
Cool, thank you.
mm-hmm.
Reading. Yeah, but Oliver, you don't have to worry about getting caught between exams. You know, you just take whatever the older exam is, and you're always fine. RFID plus. Jason Ells, that really was a certificate. I think CompTIA dumped it.
I think so.
I think like 6 people got the certification. I was one of them. Keisha Green, trying to work on Active Directory with Server 2019 and 10 Enterprise, but it won't let me join. Keep getting DNS name does not exist. All right, well, Keisha. So first of all, Keisha, this is a perfect example of something that could be better served in the Discord channel. It's hard to predict this stuff. Usually when I hear that the DNS server can't be found, remember that you really, really need to set a static IP address for that server. And so when I see people say things like DNS server can't be found, particularly because it's an Active Directory integrated DNS server, so it should be on the same physical system, and it can't find it, that pretty much tells me that, Keisha, somehow your static IP addresses are not there, and it's probably going back to DHCP would be my first guess. But again, Keisha, these are the things you should jump on the Discord channel that tends to get pretty popular immediately after any of these talks. And you don't need me. I mean, I'm glad to help, but there's a lot of sharp people in there. And, bring a camera and a microphone, and then you can talk about it real time.
So 248, your bro Al Mulford says the fishing in Rockport is looking good.
Al!
So Rockport is a small town in Texas on the coast, and Al is Mike's brother-in-law. So life
Is the
good.
fishing really good? I want to get some. So down here in Texas, the Gulf of Texas, to me the most delicious fish. We have a species of trout that lives in the salt water in the oceans, and they're beautiful. They look like rainbow trout. They're called speckled trout here, and about that big, not super big fish, but boy do they taste good. Literally my favorite tasting fish. Nothing tastes better than a speck. All right, Al, you said it, man. We're coming down. Are you a fisherman? You just answered that. So the fun thing, so the type of in Texas, especially in the summer when it's so just brutally hot,
Yeah.
do night fishing.
And then you just get eaten by mosquitoes?
There's no mosquitoes 100 feet off the shore.
Oh.
Okay?
Well, then why don't we live 100 feet off the shore, man?
Right? Because we love chemicals. No, then you take these like green fluorescent lights.
Yeah.
And you wrap them in clear plastic, solid plastic, and you drop them over the side, and you power them with car batteries. So these lights glow underwater, and it really brings in the
Trout. Fish.
well, not the bait fish,
Hmm.
and then the bait fish then attract the trouts and the
nice.
trout, redfish, a lot
Nice.
of catfish. We have way too many catfish. Man, Al, you got me all thinking about fishing now, buddy. Thanks. Mm-hmm.
So at 250,
Yeah, I'm totally confused on the whole sword thing. Sorry. It's all good, though. John Dope?
Josh.
Josh Dope.
One of the Joshes.
Are you familiar with the aviatrix? Aviatrix? Am I pronouncing that right? Isn't that an old-fashioned term for a female aviator?
Mm-hmm.
Aviatrix Network Associate Course. No, John. Never heard of it.
Josh, yeah.
Josh. I'm going to call him John now. I'm changing his name. You're going to have to change your name. I want to look this up, though. Got me
All right.
interested. Go dig me up another question there, buddy, while we're looking up.
Okay.
Look at this, Scott.
Multi-cloud networking and security certification. Interesting.
Yeah, never heard of it.
I haven't either.
That doesn't make it bad. So this is, look what they're doing here, Scott. So this is one of these where they're trying to span all the different types of cloud. So it's AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and Oracle. I got to tell you, I think that this could be a good idea eventually, but it seems premature. Cloud's just moving too fast. That chair's uncomfortable. I had to get up.
No worries.
But the cloud is still evolving so quickly that I just don't think it's realistic to be able to do one of these consolidated certifications yet. And again, I mean, the biggest clue is I don't see anybody asking for it, which doesn't make it bad. It just means I don't see anybody asking for it. But Josh, thank you for bringing that to my attention, because I've always had this dream about, one day once cloud starts to mellow out a little bit in terms of the technology
You mean
surge.
once Amazon wins?
I don't know if that's going to be true, but yeah. I want to do something like that. Jason Elms, Duke Nukem. I'm here to kick butt and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
Iconic game.
It was an
very
iconic
politically
game.
wildly incorrect. So fun. So at 2:50, Samuel asked, Mike and Scott, what are your daily driver keyboards?
So I kind of go between two extremes on this. So
As do I.
on one end, I'm still a natural keyboard person. So I do like Microsoft natural keyboards. This is not mechanical. And then on the other end is like this little inland that I'm running. This one is mechanical. And if you pay it, you can hear it clickety-clack as I'm,
Right.
doing the thing. So those are the two extremes. How about you, Scott? What do you do?
So,
Dvorak.
no, straight up this QWERTY. I go between two extremes. I use my newest keyboard is called the Jellycomb.
Well, okay, let me look that up.
And the reason that I picked it is because it's super, super silent.
I like my clickety-clacks.
Yeah, I do too, but when I'm getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to work, everybody in the house can hear the clickety-clacks too.
I live alone.
Well, there you go. But for gaming, the problem with the Jellycomb is it automatically goes into passive mode, or it will time out after 5 seconds or something. So if I'm trying to game with it, it's utterly frustrating, right? Because if I take my hands off the keyboard and suddenly I get jumped in a game, it's like, my keyboard! Yeah, that's a bad feeling. So then I'll use a standard Logitech, like a $50 kind of standard keyboard with a keypad, with a number pad.
Yeah, and and the other thing is I keep 2 or 3, like on the bench kind of keyboards, just USB.
Yeah.
That bin over at Micro Center. It's like keyboards, USB, many work.
I don't use any of that stuff.
I'll as a quick schlep around, or if I gotta work in the, I have an MDF in my house. Yeah, I'll just reach for one of the cheapy little $19 keyboards.
Wait. No, just say no to $19 keyboards.
I like. And we better not talk about my $4 mice then.
Really?
Yeah, I got. Well, I mean, look at this thing. This mouse is at least 10 years. In fact,
Throw it away, man. Get a real mouse.
These are just cheaters, right?
Yeah.
I'm just looking for a year on this mouse.
2002.
I wouldn't be surprised. I can't find it. I can't. So, but this is at least 10 years old. But it works, you know. See, Al says, "Love to have you for a visit." You said it, Al. Andrew, that's who's the most awesome, Bill Gates or Steve Wozniak?
Bill Gates.
I don't know. The Woz is, you know.
Oh, come on. Clearly Bill Gates.
Well, Woz is overweight, which is, you know, it's a plus in my view.
What have they done after making their billions? The Gates Foundation is epic. They're making toilets.
Well, isn't that special? Toilet makers. All right, Scott, it's 3 o'clock. Let's have a quick competition.
Oh, okay.
What do you say?
Wow, it's already 3 o'clock?
Yeah. You guys want to have a competition real quick? Let's sing. All right, so I'm going to pull up some fun practice questions here. Let's just do A+. What do you think?
Sapodius. Mike's mouse is so old, he gets splinters from it.
I have to clean the mouse balls. Do you remember those mice?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Scott, I want to
ceramic-
show you guys
ceramic
something.
mice?
Scott, I'm going to ask you to get up, and there is a little clear plastic. There's 2 chips in a clear. It's just like right over there. I should have brought it over before the AMA started. So I've been doing a little house cleaning in the office. You've seen these before, haven't you? And I
had them.
These are mine. I paid for these out of my own pocket. So what I actually found, these are pretty cool, is I found original 8087 and 287 math coprocessors. And they're in absolutely pristine condition. There's no way I'm going to be able to show the small text on these.
And what, pray tell, is a math coprocessor, and why do we not have a separate math coprocessor chip anymore?
Because they got, starting with the 386s, 486s,
486.
They were built into the CPUs.
Because actually, on my 386, I had a 387 chip that I bought just for gaming. Seriously.
All right, so competition. Hang on. So keep him busy for a minute, Scott. I gotta.
Jason, don't go there. Don't encourage him.
What?
Mike, you're playing with mouse balls?
I have an old IBM, one of those, and that really was a thing. That was a legit memo that was passed around, how to clean your mouse balls.
It's still just funny, but we had to do that. I mean, that was because they get gunky.
They're like, don't put it in your mouth. They did. It's literally what they said. All right, so I'm going to go with A+ because nobody. Let's see.
All right, we're going to go A+ on a competition.
You guys ready for a competition? Scott, explain how the competitions work.
So the competition works this way. 1, it's not fair. 2, you need to, Mike's going to put up a question, and then you need to write out the answer. Don't just do the letter. And 3, the person who I see first in my feed
on the live chat
with the correct answer is the winner. If you want to play but don't actually want to win, just type pass it on. Easy to do. So, did I miss anything?
Yeah, and whatever Scott says goes. All right, so here we go. So we're going to do an A+ question. We are competing, guys, for 180-day access to either A+, Net+, or Security Plus practice question test bank. This is the complete test bank for any one of those 3 products. So even though this is an A+ question, if you're interested in any of those, compete. Also, do me a favor. If you just want to compete for fun, I know a lot of you regulars do, type in your answer and just say pass at the end. PASS, which means I'm just playing for fun, okay? And so here we go. I think this is ready. it's a little tricky.
And yes, you can pick either the 501 or the 601 practice exam questions.
Can they? Okay. All right, questions up, guys. Go ahead and give it your best shot. If installed RAM does not, and do not type A, B, C, or D. Actually write something in there. So what we're talking about. If installed RAM does not show up on the CMOS setup program, CMOS setup. What's the best course of action? Looks like some people are answering there. Oh, this one's ridiculously easy.
It is very easy. Yes.
Did anybody not get it? Moore's Law. All right.
Nope. Well, maybe.
I'm assuming it's reseat the man or add cooling fans to the RAM modules. Okay, that's like so easy that it's almost too easy. All right, reseat the RAM modules. All right, Scott, who's our winner, buddy?
We have my first person who has reseat the RAM is Samuel Demkovich.
Samuel Demkovich?
Yep.
Are those the Boston Demkoviches?
Or it could be the Saudi.
All right, well, Samuel, congratulations. In order to claim your prize, what you've got to do is you've got to send an email to kathyy at totalsem.com. That's Kathy with a K, KATHYY at totalsem.com. In that email, number one, you have to tell her what your YouTube name is, okay? And so whatever your name is on YouTube, put that in the email. Then tell her which one you want. Say I want A+, Net Plus, or Security Plus. And then Kathy will go ahead and send you a logon. The Total Tester product is completely online. And she will just send you a logon and you're in. How easy is that? So congratulations to you, sir. Well done. Well done.
And I posted all that information in the live stream, Samuel, so that you can see it very easily and not have to just remember from Mike firing off kathyy at totalsem.com.
Chicago 60609. That one was just way too easy. You know what? That was so easy. I'm gonna let me get a hard one.
All right, you get a hard one. I'm gonna scan back up for questions.
All right, I'm gonna. Too easy.
So William Jeske asks, "Who was more macho, Duke Nukem or Serious Sam?"
Duke Nukem was more macho, but Serious Sam.
Serious Sam was.
He had a certain je ne sais quoi.
Oh my gosh, that was a crazy game.
Serious.
It was out of
Right up there with Leisure Suit Larry.
Czech Republic, I think.
Do you remember Leisure Suit Larry?
Yes. I didn't play it because it was politically incorrect.
God. All right, let's have a set. I want to have another competition because that one was just redonkulously easy. Is this one too easy too? It is.
Try another one. So while you're looking for a question, at 258, Saidu, Kone probably, which of the following NTFS security settings overrides all other settings? Deny, modify, read, or write? That's a pretty straightforward one. Deny trumps all. If you set deny, it doesn't matter what other position.
Yeah, but because remember, deny is an inheritance permission. It's not an NTFS permission, right? So modify, read, and write are NTFS permissions. Deny is something we do to those permissions.
Yeah, but you know that's got to be the right answer.
Well, yeah, security settings, right? No,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good one where the number two reason people fail CompTIA certifications is because they know too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a great example where by knowing too much, I'm actually getting myself in trouble.
So Andre posted he doesn't like wireless keyboards because the batteries die at night and he has to wait till the next morning. Have spare batteries around, man. Come on.
I mean, I'm kind of with Andre on that. There's certain things, like, you know, that just shouldn't have batteries in them. Like those things, the paper, when you to wipe your hands in the restroom, the motion detector things. What happens if the power goes out?
You wipe your hands on your pants.
Oh,
Like a real man.
okay. Harumph. Or doorbells. You know?
I actually have just installed a Ring doorbell. And because I don't have a wired doorbell, so there's no electricity, so it runs on a battery. And I made the mistake of turning on all the bells and whistles so that it would flash and it would pop on my computer screen and all that stuff. And I was like, this is so cool.
In the meantime, it's making this noise.
That battery lasted like 2 days. I'm like, oh, this is not good.
You pull it out and it's all mangled. And
now I have a second battery.
It's spongy. How many CR2032s can you throw in there, man?
Oh, no, it's a big, fat, rechargeable battery.
Yeah, just no. I don't want to put. There's certain things I just don't want to put batteries in. All right, let's. All right, we got it.
All right, you gonna go for another competition?
We are. So this is the type of question that people get into trouble with a lot. All right, let's see if you guys. I'm not instantly ready to answer this one. I'm gonna have to read it a couple of times.
Okay.
So this is a question we probably ought to change that because this is one of these which is not true kind of questions.
I don't like those kind of questions.
And CompTIA straight up said they don't do these anymore, so
Right.
we should probably tweak this one. It's still a good question. It's a negative one. All right, guys, here's our next one. Ready? Which is not true of shared printers?
I'm trying to make the mouse move using my mouse.
Oh, it's not going to work.
That's not going to work.
I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this one. I'm going to let people are taking a minute. All right, goes. Guru Chaz, you can't just type a letter. You got to type.
You have to write it.
Giving everybody a minute to get in here. Connor Wellman, Q. Guru Chaz, my bad. I don't see anybody has the right answer.
Maybe you should check.
I will check more carefully now. All right, guys, let's go. So I'm pretty sure the answer on this one is C as in Charlie. To access a shared printer, add a printer, and then select. That would not be something we do. Let me double check. I'm not sure yeah. It's not C. Wait a minute.
Which is not true.
So your current answer is C is incorrect. I want to read it. To create a shared printer, give it a share name. We need to give it a share name. To create a shared printer, enable yes. To access a shared printer, create a local printer. Oh, to access a shared printer, create and then convert it to shared. Okay.
Right.
But wait a minute. Let me read C. To access a shared printer, add a printer. I guess to access a shared printer, you would say add a printer. That's the
Right.
little tool. Add a printer and then select. Okay, I see what it's saying. All right. Is A right? Okay, A is correct. Anybody get A? To access a shared printer, create a local printer and then convert it to shared.
First person that shows up in my feed is Teacher Russell.
Teacher Russell. All right, so crazy homebody girl, you can't just type the letter, man. You got to type out the answer a little bit. I do that to slow people down a little. Also, because if I don't do that, you guys are going to type in.
Hold on.
I'm holding on. Also, the other reason I tell people you can't just type the letter in is because people will type in A, B, C, and D and like 4 different answers real quick.
Oh, Teacher Russell actually said pass.
I knew he was going to say
Yeah,
plus.
okay, sorry. So that puts Pujan Kavi as the winner.
All right, Pujan Kavi, congratulations to you. You are the winner. So, Pujan, in order to get your prize, you have to send an email to Kathy Y. That's Kathy with a K, Kathyy. Don't panic, Pujan. He's getting it all. It's going to be in there. Pujan, it'll be right there for you to read in the chat window. And make sure you type in whatever your name in YouTube is. It has to be in that email. And then tell them which one you want, A+, Net Plus, or Security Plus, and you get 180-day access to whichever one of those products you want. So congratulations to you. And it is
So, and
Pujan.
So the weird part about the timing, it's relative to your internet speed. It's relative to the distance between your router and my router. So even if you typed it in and it shows up first in your feed, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to show up first in my feed. So,
Were people giving you trouble?
what's funny is Pujan's like, no, I typed it before Teacher Russell. I typed it like a split second. It got to me a split second afterwards, but yeah,
I got you.
which is cool.
Yep.
Very fun. Congrats.
Get a solar powered keyboard. Yeah.
I had one of those for a while because they run on just regular light. Seriously.
Is that what solar powered means? It runs on light? I thought it ran on molasses and cheese whiz.
Don't be a jerk.
Jeez, Scott. It uses regular light. And what power source uses lasers?
Well, you'd think it'd use sunlight.
Okay, it would work on
Solar powered, right? As in like the sun.
Yes. So, guys, this is actually, that type of question we just saw right there is very indicative of A+ type printer questions.
Right.
To me, all the A+ printer questions are going to break into three groups. They're going to be, how do I configure to get a printer going, invariably in a Windows environment? My printer has this weird output. What could possibly be causing this strange output, which requires you to know the technologies?
Yeah.
And then another one that requires knowing technologies is, why would I use a thermal versus a inkjet or whatever?
Right.
Yeah. That's pretty much all of your printer type questions. Guru Chaz says these are worded odd. Yes, they are worded odd, Guru Chaz, because when we write our questions, we try to write our questions in a way that matches the sound and flavor, as it were, of actual CompTIA questions. And CompTIA questions are weird. So,
Yep. John. What? I stepped
Here's
out for
Pujan. No, I see it now. Pujan. No, I said it before him. I said it before. Yes, Pujan. No, you didn't.
It's all good.
But he won, so
Absolutely.
it worked out. Yeah, here's Guru Chaz being a pain in the butt. What if the printer you add isn't a shared printer? Schmack. Where's that smite button when I need it?
Smite. The smite button.
Wow, things got real quiet all of a sudden, eh, Scoot?
They did. So there were a couple of questions that we skipped. So
I'm going to give you a minute to find them.
Yep. So at 3:11, Siegfried said, I'm curious about something, guys. With my choice in computers being networking and cybersecurity, does that still require an A+ certification, or should I put 100% of my time into Network Plus?
There's no way you can do cybersecurity without having a detailed understanding of networking.
Right.
It just goes hand in hand.
Right.
With the A+, tests your ability as a technician to work with, maintain, and configure individual systems that are connected to local area networks, that are connected to the internet. Yeah, you could probably skip A+. That is true. Any more? All right, guys.
That's fair.
Guys, this is your last chance. Like I said, we go ahead, we go till 4 o'clock or until the questions run out. It seems the questions have run out. So I'm going to go ahead and start slowly shutting this all down here, Scott, if that's okay. Guys, first of all, do keep in mind, Wednesday, Teacher Russell, I still didn't do that trim thing. And I got to be honest with you, I took the weekend off. And it was lovely. And did so. We've been working on the new Network Plus book. And I'm going to take advantage that me and Teacher Russell were in Granada together back in '89. I used to say Nam, but that's too old now. Yeah, we were in Go For One. And I do have I have a wonderful presentation just sitting there. I will. God is my witness. I will never go hungry again. No, God is my witness. I will get that wonderful presentation that I put together for that, and we'll have it knocked out. Guaranteed. Absolutely guaranteed.
So Connor, thank you for reposting your question. I saw it earlier and forgot. So Connor just reposted. Mike recently saw an IT video about the importance of creating your own website blog to market yourself and show your knowledge when growing your career. What are your thoughts on this and tips for doing this?
Connor, I would aggressively disagree with that. Build yourself a website and a blog if you have a lot that you want to say. You should have a lot to say and therefore you want a blog. You should never say, I'm going to make a blog and therefore I'll have a lot to say, because you won't. Like, look, we've all done this. How many websites have we gone to and you click on blog and they had one post from 2012, right?
Then it looks worse.
Then it looks even worse.
So a better strategy would be to create a LinkedIn account and put lots of your
I'd go with
bona
LinkedIn.
fides on LinkedIn, and start networking. Like, find other people, and the headhunters will come.
Yeah, absolutely. It's building websites. I mean, if you're a web developer, sure. I mean, that's something I would definitely go to. But no, for most folks, I would not build a website. I'd certainly not build a blog. Vista Chris, TrueNAS or Unraid? I know what Unraid is. If I was building a NAS solution, I'd probably go with just FreeNAS. I'm not familiar with I guess it's TrueNAS. There's a lot of good NAS solutions out there. Right. They're all basically Linux-based. Andrew Parrish, random, but does pineapple go on pizza? Maybe in California. I mean, not here in America. Did you hear
certainly not in Italy.
Did you hear that California is about to lose one of its congressional seats?
Really?
Everybody's moving out. They're
Nice.
like, socialism's great until I have to pay for it.
That whole no politics or religion?
I know.
Are we going there? Are we going there?
No, I'm sorry.
I can go there.
CLW Chang just showed up. Where have you been all day, young man? Young person.
Yeah.
Is person okay?
Person is okay.
All right.
Absolutely.
What if they're not a person? What if I'm being...
Maybe they're a cyborg.
They're a cyborg or they're a pterosaur. I got the funniest book for my grandson. It's like the worst alphabet book ever. And the name of the book is P is for pterosaur.
Nice.
And it just goes, it's a funny book. I'm going to have to wait till he's like 10 or 11 before I give it to him, though.
Because then he'll get the jokes.
Whoa, hang on. We're getting lots of information that just come in. CLW Chang, quick question. How do you get Dvma to work on Oracle Box? Trying to follow CLW Chang, I do not have an answer for that one. Who did our pen test plus? Who was it? Was that Michael Solomon?
Yeah, that
I think,
or Carpenter. One of the two.
Yeah, I don't know. I apologize. Can't find the ISO version. I don't know. CLW Chang, this is a great question to ask in the Discord channel. A lot of times, something where we can actually do some quick digging. Keep in mind, the goal of the AMA here is to be able to answer questions quickly. So if I can't answer them quickly, You can either send me an email and I can answer them that way, or more probably just show up on the Discord channel. And then you have lots of people. Connor Wellman, there's somebody I haven't seen for a while.
And of course, we know, Telewit, that you can definitely make a show about nothing and make it the funniest comedy show of all time.
Serenity now! First, we'll have the wrestling and then the airing of grievances.
Anything that actually created an entire national holiday.
Jay Baseball 362 just said that was a network check video.
I don't know.
I don't know what you're referencing there, man. Sorry. So I'm just reading, see if it gets some more last second questions. It's snuggled in. So if we're out of questions, we are done.
Yeah, so lots of good comments coming in as people are talking about how to market yourself. Patricia posts out that creating a personal web space, if you're trying to show your programming skills, would make sense. Other people are like, or just use the LinkedIn stuff and you can put your projects on there as well. So good information, good advice. Red Tuber just got here. Hi, good to see you.
This isn't the first time. He's coming a little late, young man. Raises like, Texas is a place to be. You bet. I'm in Ontario. I like Ontario. Well, I mean, Toronto, right? Is on. Yes. Let's be an American. Where's Japan on a globe? I don't know. But put the globe on a fence, we'll shoot it. I enjoy firearms, but sometimes it's just funny to talk about. Okay, but it looks like we're wrapping up here, guys. All right, so guys, thank you so much for showing up. We will be back Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Alex, whoops. All right, Alex, we'll talk later on this topic.
Write it down.
No, I know exactly what she's talking about. You promised us a stream about certifications roadmap. Alex, I'm having tremendous frustration on that. And I'm finding all these roadmaps, and they're always confusing. But Alex, I did. She's right, I did. I could just cheat and throw that CompTIA one out, but I think we can do better than that. All right, but anyway, we're out the door here. Don't forget, folks probably be jumping on the, what is it called?
Discord.
Woof. Trying to get 17 other words in there. Discord channel after this. And other than that, we will see you guys on Wednesday. I think that's about it. Isn't it, Scott?
It is.
All right, man. All right, folks, we're out of here. We'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Bye. Whoop, I'm dropping.